My heart is in.
Alright, what's going on YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Another video on Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather. Fight is this week. Okay, heading out to Vegas tomorrow. Unless something crazy happens at the weigh-in or something. This will probably be the last time I talk about the fight, the actual fight itself, okay? I've made several videos about the fight. If you haven't seen them, including the prediction video, make sure you go in the description of this video. All the links are there, all right? One thing I haven't really spoke on is how mentally, how do I feel both of these fighters are mentally going into this fight. We know that before Mayweather fights, before Pacquiao fights, the media and the fans like to create this whole thing about one of the fighters are not going in the right state of mind because of what's going on in their personal life. Whether it's Floyd, whether it's Floyd and Roger Mayweather's health, or him not being in his corner, or his domestic issues, or whether it's Manny Pacquiao and him getting knocked out before fighting Brandon Rios, or this bird, him being too spiritual, not having a killer instinct. I'm gonna talk about all that, and honestly, these fighters have been in this position before, okay, on many different occasions, okay, and the fight never been as big as this, but mentally they should be going into this fight no different from any other fight, okay. Floyd Mayweather, there's always something going on. There's always some type of drama leading on to the fight, and people like to create, the hype that Floyd doesn't have it anymore. And we've seen him fight so many times and win fights while things were going on in his personal life before the fight. So I don't understand why it would change now. People are saying now that Floyd made some comments not really being interested in boxing, at least not the way he used to be. And people are trying to create that and make it seem like he is mentally not in the right state of mind going into this fight. And I don't understand why. Like, why? I mean, listen, the media is going to create whatever drama you want, but as the fans, why would you believe this stuff, Whoever loses this fight is because the other fighter is just better. It's just that simple. Why go into this whole other stuff about, the fighter didn't go in the right state of mind? Including Pacquiao. And Pacquiao, depending on who he's fighting, when he fought Chris Algieri last, it was a little too much respect. These guys were touching gloves too much, joking around at the press conferences and stuff like that. Manny stepping on a ladder to be Chris Algieri's height. They were joking around, playing around a little too much. And honestly, I think if Pacquiao really wanted to knock him out, he could have. But, it was just too much respect there. I think both of these guys are going into the fight mentally prepared. And it's not going to be anything different in this fight. I think at least these guys are just as motivated to win this fight as they've been in any other fight. At least, if not more motivated, because of who they're stepping in front of them. Floyd has everything to lose. Manny Pacquiao has everything to gain. Why wouldn't they be motivated in this fight to win, to really want to win this fight? Now, as far as the actual fight, I picked Floyd Mayweather to win. If you haven't seen my prediction video, check that out. All right, I'll give you an actual breakdown of the fight there and some of the other videos. I picked Floyd to win this fight. I think he's going to win by decision. I think there's a possibility of a draw for you betting guys. I don't gamble, but if you're a gambling guy, I don't think picking a draw is so bad, because of course they want to make a rematch, because they want to make more money. You know, so if they call it a draw, if the fight is competitive, they could pick a draw and, you know, they can get another rematch, you know. Or if Floyd loses, obviously we're going to get a rematch because Floyd is definitely going to want a rematch. And if Floyd wins, but it's very controversial, it's a very close fight, and they give Floyd a decision or whatever, then they could do a rematch again, you know, because people are going to want to see it. People are going to think Pacquiao got robbed or whatever. But as far as the fight is concerned, I think it's very important for Pacquiao to start off very fast. Like I said in the prediction video, you don't want Floyd to come out winning rounds, okay? Because you don't want to think you don't want Floyd to gain confidence early in the fight because he is great at winning in the second half of the fight, okay? Pacquiao needs to jump out fast on him. You know, while Floyd hasn't fought someone so fast in such a long time, you want to jump on Floyd. You know, maybe catch him with a lucky shot. Not a lucky shot, but catch him with a shot that, you know, you catch him with that left hand, Floyd don't really catch it, and, you know, he might fall. You know, he might get a flash knockdown in there or something. I'm trying to think of different scenarios. But I think Pacquiao needs to start off quick. You just don't want Floyd. It's not going to look good if Floyd come out winning the first 2-3 rounds. It's not going to look good for Pacquiao. Floyd is usually a slow starter for the most part. But recently, he's been starting out quick. He's been getting in these guys' face. You've seen what happened in the Canelo fight. Okay? Floyd started off quick there. But not in the Maidana one fight. Now, later on in the fight, let's just say if Floyd is winning rounds, okay, multiple rounds back to back, Floyd has adjusted to Manny Pacquiao's speed. He is technically outboxing Manny Pacquiao. If that is going to happen, I don't expect Manny Pacquiao to just sit and stand and just continue to lose rounds without doing something. Now, we all know Floyd, if he's losing or having trouble, he's just going to continue making adjustments until he figures it out. He figures Manny Pacquiao out. But Manny Pacquiao, he's not as technical as Floyd, okay? Defensively, he's just not on that level. And I think if Manny Pacquiao is losing, what he's going to try to do is, if he gets a sense that he is losing, he's going to just be more aggressive. Pacquiao is the type of guy that if Floyd is winning rounds, Pacquiao will risk getting knocked out before he just gives up in the ring and continues to fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to just, he's just going to be overly more aggressive. You know, you saw what happened in the Marquez fight. I think Pacquiao was really going for the knockdown in that fight, or the knockout in that fight, because he really wanted to separate himself from Marquez and stop having all these debates of people saying that, oh, Marquez won the first 3 fights, or whatever. And that's what ended up getting him knocked out. He got countered with a good shot, and Marquez knocked him out. So I think Pacquiao would risk getting knocked out and be a little bit more reckless before he just, like, coasts while losing rounds. It's not going to happen. Some of the guys Floyd been in the ring with, Floyd would frustrate them, and they would just continue fighting at the same pace. Whereas Manny Pacquiao, instead of really making adjustments, only adjustments he's going to make is be more aggressive. You get what I'm saying? He would have to be aggressive. He would have to beat him by volume, because we all know Floyd is a more technical fighter. All right? So that's how I think the fight is going to go. I think Floyd is going to win the fight. But depending on whoever is winning, you know, I expect Floyd, if he's losing, he's going to make adjustments and do whatever he has to do defensively, offensively, and keep continuing doing whatever works. Whereas Manny Pacquiao, if he's losing, his adjustment is to be more aggressive, be more active. He's going to turn it up. He's going to hit his gloves and come at Floyd more often. And that's it. I hope it's a good fight. I think it is going to be a good fight. Just burnt out. I gotta relight this. I think it's going to be a good fight. Now more that I think about it, because I enjoy watch Floyd fighting. Okay, because even if his opponent doesn't show up, I enjoy watching him technically break down an opponent. Whereas Manny Pacquiao, I enjoy his fights because of the action he brings. Okay, I didn't like Chris Algieri as an opponent, but I enjoyed watching Manny Pacquiao knock him down 6 times. So it was still entertaining, to say the least. Whereas Floyd, you can watch a Floyd fight and be bored because he's so technical. He doesn't fight like nowhere near Manny Pacquiao, where Manny Pacquiao is more action, but he's not as technical. I order both of their fights. I enjoy watching both of them. I know on YouTube you can't really be a fan of both fighters. I am a fan of both fighters. I like Floyd more, but I don't think it could really be a boring fight, because whoever wins, and I want Floyd to win. I want to make that clear. I do want Floyd to win, but if Manny Pacquiao wins, it's not like the end of the world for me. I'm not like a stand where it's like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that ever happened. I think when Mike Tyson lost, that was a big deal to me. When Roy Jones got knocked out, that was a big deal to me. If Floyd loses, I'm gonna be upset, but I'm not gonna like shut down my channel because Floyd loses a fight. But I like both fighters, and I really think that's it. I don't really got nothing else to say about that. So anyway, I'm gonna be in Vegas. Just like some of my several other fights. If you're going to Vegas, you can hit me up. I'll be out there partying and having a good time. If you want to hit me up, that's cool. Some of you hit me up before on Instagram, Twitter. Told me you're gonna be out there or whatever. If you're gonna be out there, let me know. We can link up, have a drink. It's all good. And everybody that's going out there, be safe. And I'll be making more videos during the week if I can. Like I said in the ESPN video I just did. If the Wi-Fi and everything is good, I'll be uploading still while I'm out there. If not, then I'm just gonna have to hold off until I get back. So you know how these hotels and casinos, sometimes the Wi-Fi is good, but it's not really. They're not usually good for uploading YouTube videos, especially in HD. So we'll see how that works. But anyway, I'll see y'all after the fight, and peace.